Okay, a lot of times my clients come to me and I get the feeling that they feel like they're not good enough, they're not enough in general. And that limiting belief can bring a lot of doubt into their lives and can prevent them from being successful. So if that's you, if that's something that you are struggling with, I have some tips for you that will help. But before we get into it, please follow, like, and make sure that you save this as a reference for a later time and share it with someone who might need a little bit of that talk today. The first thing that you need to do is to acknowledge. Don't ignore it. Don't stick your head in the sand. Just own it up. Just own it. You can't fix something you don't acknowledge. So the first thing that you need to do is acknowledge that, you're in doubt. You are having self-doubts and you need to acknowledge them. So write them all down. Get them out of you and onto a piece of paper. The second thing is, now that you have a list of all those doubts and all those thoughts and all those negative things that are in your head and now on paper, you can now make a column of that, and then the column next to it, you are going to counter that with a positive affirmation. So if on one side it says, I don't have the knowledge, I don't feel like I have the knowledge to be able to be in this position. On the other side, you're going to say, I'm going to make a learning plan to learn as much as I can about this particular topic or this particular job position or anything like that. And I'm going to be successful at mastering this topic. The third thing is evidence over emotion. So a lot of the time our doubts are kind of founded or seated in our emotional response. And often all you have to do is make a list. And again, I'm all about making lists. Make a list about all your accomplishments lately, all the things that you've done in your life and all the things that you've accomplished. And when you look back on that list, you'll understand that the self-doubt is something that's coming from deep within or something that is emotionally related, but it is not seated in truth, obviously, because if you have all these accomplishments, it's not real. So sometimes just doing that exercise kind of centers you back into yourself, and it's enough to move on. Of course, the last thing is, share your doubts with someone that you feel comfortable with, a mentor, a coach, and have that seek support through that doubt. Sometimes just talking about it with someone you trust and having them kind of respond like, oh, don't worry about it. This is not real. It's not true. You've done this, you've done that. You have this going for you. You have that going for you. It's just your limiting beliefs that are keeping you back. And sometimes just having that short conversation will make you feel better and you'll be able to move on. And the last thing is action. Action over inaction. Sometimes doubt will paralyze us in place and we will be unable to move forward because of those doubts. So I say push through. I say go ahead and just start acting. Sometimes I'm doubtful about something, right? And the last thing I want to do is sit back and start mulling this over. So what I do is I turn around and I start acting. I start researching it. I start learning something new about it. I dig deep and I just go in. And pretty soon the doubts just dissolve, because as you learn, as you grow, as you gain more knowledge, then all that doubt dissipates and it just dissolves. So action over non-action is usually a really good way to push those doubts away. So if this was helpful to you, please follow, like, share with someone who might need to listen to this today, and give some thought to joining my community. I would love to have you.